Hello, good afternoon everybody. How are you all today? Welcome to today's Moley Robotics cooking show, where we will be doing a Sri Lankan prawn curry. It's one of our recent additions to our recipe library, and literally is only uploaded a few days ago, but it's a nice simple recipe, very popular in Sri Lanka, and I'll show you the whole process from loading the containers on the shelves, preparing the utensils, ready for the robotic arm to cook. Now this is the robotic arm here, so this is a single pot recipe, so everything will be cooked in the one pot as you see here on the induction. That's already in position as well. So let's go straight into the actual recipe and start cooking this for you so you can see how the robotic arm works with that. If you have any questions and comments you'd like to send in, please do. We are on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube today, so please do send in any comments, any questions. I'll be happy to go through them and answer as many of them as possible. So let's get cracking. Let's start the recipe and we'll go straight into the tablet. It's on a tablet form, and I'll show you the whole process from start to finish. The actual arm will cook the whole recipe from start to finish as well, and we'll go through the process now. So let's start. So as you can see on the tablet, we have our recipes installed. We have worldwide recipes, vegan, low calorie, and lots of different types which can be filtered down. Also can be filtered down to different regions around the world, so you can have different worldwide cuisines. With recipes created by chefs. These are all professional recipes, and you have a wide selection from Spain, Italy, Asia, China, and lots of different countries. And here we go. So let's start the prawn curry from Sri Lanka, and we'll select the recipe. So here we have the Sri Lankan prawn curry. Now, information on here is a list of ingredients with the weights of each item. We also show the equipment required to cook this particular recipe. And here we just need a medium pot and a slotted spatula. And with all our recipes, we also show lots of nutritional facts in terms of carbohydrates, fat, fiber, protein, sodium, which is the salt content. And it's very good information as we nowadays are concentrating on healthy food and healthy lifestyle. All this information is vital for the well-being. So let's go straight into the ingredients. So I've already prepared some of these ingredients just to save a bit of time. So these are fresh ingredients prepared earlier, literally about 2 hours ago, in the fridge, ready to cook the whole recipe. So fresh ingredients will be used during the whole process, and it's the same for all our recipes. All our recipes require the fresh ingredients to be prepared and simply loaded in the containers for the cooking process. So let's get started. So start robotic cook. So here is a very diagrammatic view of the robotic workstation. You've got the arm in the middle, you've got the containers on the right side, and utensils pictured on the left side. So it's a very easy to follow guide in terms of loading the kitchen with the relevant ingredients and utensils to cook the recipe. So let's start with the first item, which is for the brown onions, garlic, ginger root, and the bird's eye chili. And it gives you an indication of where the container, which containers you can use. I'm going to select the bottom shelf, the first container. You've also got videos of how to prepare these ingredients as well. Not only the weights, but also videos on how to chop and prepare each ingredient, just to make sure it's cooked exactly the same way a chef would cook this particular meal. So let's confirm this particular location. So that's on the shelf. Next one is the black mustard seeds, turmeric, curry powder, and Malden sea salt. That'll be going on the top shelf. got all these locations to choose from. I'll go for location number 1, confirm that's been loaded. And next item is the coconut milk, finely chopped tomatoes, turmeric, lemon juice, coconut sugar in the container number 1 on the left. So that's going to be confirmed in that location. And finally, the prawns. That's going to be in location, just a single container there. Now we do have an integrated scale system, so you can actually weigh these ingredients using the tablet in order to make sure it's the right quantity for each recipe. So this is going to be loaded in this container. Confirm it's loaded. Yep, on the shelf. And finally the olive oil. Now the olive oil will just come from the actual dispenser, which is already on the shelf, and it's at location number 1. So I'll locate that here and confirm that it's been loaded. And also we've got information on where to position the medium pot, which is already on the induction hob at location on the left. Confirm its location, and also the spatula on the hook. So now, obviously, it's very, very diagrammatic. It's very important that the actual utensils are positioned the right way, just to make sure that you get a proper stir of each recipe in terms of stirring and blending and so on. So that's confirmed in location number 1. And there we go. So all the ingredients are loaded in the containers, all the utensils are ready, oil is ready, pan's in position, and all we have to do now is start cooking.
Turn hob on.
Now we have voice notifications, so if you're anywhere else in the area of the kitchen or in a separate room, you can actually hear the whole process taking place. So you can kind of like plan yourself to have this meal at a certain time. Like you could be working from home, or you could be doing something else in the house or the home, and it allows you to hear the whole process taking place. Also indicated on the tablet, we have a flagging system where each item is flagged, so you know exactly what's happening as part of the whole process. So great to see people joining in, and please do join in. If you've got any questions, please do fire away, send those questions through, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Okay, so first question in on YouTube from Shreya Meshram. How much does it cost? So the cost of the chef's table, for example, which is a standalone system, which is basically everything that you see here, starts from £80,000. Now, with that, you get the robotic arm, you get the induction hob. The induction hob is a downdraft extractor, so it's already got the extraction built in. You get all the utensils, you get the containers. You can buy extra containers if you want to prepare sort of like quantity of meals. If you want to prepare 2 or 3 meals, have them in the fridge ready to cook at a particular time of the day, you can do that as well. You know, bearing in mind that this system is a 24/7 system. You can cook a meal any time of the day. It doesn't have to be set at a certain time, so it's totally flexible around your requirements.
Tip onions.
So, Bud Guru, thanks for your comment. Don't like the first comment, but I'll answer your second comment. Good product, just not sure who it's made for. So this is made for people who really want to learn how to cook, may not be able to cook a professional, high quality recipe. So these, all our recipes are made by professional chefs. So all the recipes on our cloud library basically go through a strict test in-house with our in-house chef, James Taylor. So he cooks all these recipes. He then gives all the algorithms, all the details to the software, hardware engineers who are based here in London. And they load all the algorithms, do all the testing, and that particular recipe is actually cooked exactly the same way as a chef would cook it. So you're getting a high quality, highly nutritional meal every single time. And also, by cooking like this, you're getting consistency as well. So there's no margin for any errors. It's a consistent meal, so every time you cook a particular dish, you know it's going to taste exactly the way you want to. Paul Auger, a question on Facebook. Maintenance requirements. So maintenance on this is very low maintenance. The actual arm already comes pre-sealed. It's a sealed arm, sealed unit. The only maintenance is once in a while we give it a wipe. That's all you need. You get a 1-year warranty with the product anyway, which can be extended after that year. But the arm is actually tested for 35,000 hours, which equates to normal cooking terms, daily usage. It's about 10 years of actually cooking without any maintenance. So it's highly tested to a very high level, 35,000 hours. So it's a very solid product.
Stir-free.
I mean, the application of the robotic arm is not only for residential use, it can also be applied to commercial use as well. If people want to scale up the cooking of particular recipes for a particular style, this can help scale up the production for certain recipes. We do pastas, we do rice, we do risotto, paellas, many different rice dishes, noodles. We can actually cook 2 pans in parallel. So one pan will be doing the sauce and the second pan will be doing the noodles or the pasta, for example. So the actual meal at the end is presented exactly the way it should be, as if you'd cook it at home or as if a chef would cook this particular meal. Great to see many more people joining. That's great. I hope you're enjoying watching the robotic arm cook this meal so far. As you saw, there was nothing I did apart from just load the ingredients and prepare my utensils. Apart from that, the robotic arm will cook the whole meal from start to finish without no interaction from myself whatsoever. Now, these fresh ingredients we had delivered earlier. Now, we do have a facility on our system where you can actually get your ingredients. You can actually set your tablet. So when you pick a recipe, you don't have the ingredients and you want to have it later in the day, you can actually get ingredients via the tablet by just simply get ingredients, select somebody's phone number to send a WhatsApp message to yourself or a number, and that will be then a reminder to get those ingredients so you can have the meal later on. Eventually we'll also be having a delivery system whereby you can actually select a get ingredients and have your ingredients delivered to your door. So you can use lots of various companies now like Deliveroo, Just Eat, Ocado. Lots of these companies now will deliver their ingredients, and you know that it's fresh ingredients coming to your doorstep, which will be loaded in for each of the recipes. Yeah, sorry, Paul. Yeah, on the warranty side, yeah, only 1-year warranty because obviously the arm is tested for 35,000 hours, so there's really for like 10 years of no maintenance really required on the arm. But you do remember you get the maintenance, you get the warranty on your appliance. So, for example, here we have a Moley hob. So the Moleys, you get your Moley guarantee, 5-year guarantee, and so on. You get guarantees. I mean, the utensils we use are KitchenAid, so you get the KitchenAid warranty on their utensils. But other than that, that's all that's required. Knowing that the arm is tested for such a high amount of time, you don't have to really worry about the arm too much. It's completely sealed. There's no additional cleaning required. Just with a damp cloth, we may want to clean the surface area occasionally. But it's a sealed unit. Sealed unit, tested for 35,000 hours. So maintenance is very, very low on the arm itself. But the warranty and everything on the other appliances is as you would get if you bought the appliance from a shop, for example. I see lots of people joining on Instagram, but no questions, so I hope you enjoy watching this recipe being cooked so far. Send in your questions. You must have a question that you want to ask. Please do send it through. I'm happy to answer them. Message on YouTube, Eric Crash, is that live? Yes, this is live. This is a live demonstration, a live recipe being cooked. It's a Sri Lankan recipe, prawn curry, a very popular dish in Sri Lanka. Very tasty as well, by the way. And in fact, our chef, in-house chef James, tested this recipe a few times. And I got him to actually add a little bit more chili because it gives you a nice little kick to the meal. So it's a really nice spicy curry from Sri Lanka. Paul Auger, so further to your comments, why not warranty it for 5 to 10 years? 1 year does not create confidence. Well, like I say, we have confidence in the product. That's hence why you only really need to warranty it for 1 year. To be honest, we have a full support service here in the UK. Our hardware and software team are reachable 24/7. If there are any issues, we normally can deal with them quite rapidly. But we're confident that a year's warranty is sufficient. After that, you're really not going to have any problems. But remember, you have your warranties on all your other appliances as well and other utensils in the kitchen.
Stir.
Great to see many more people join in. Hope you're enjoying watching this so far. Now I can really smell this being cooked. It smells great. So the coconut and the rest of the sauce has just gone in, so that's going to heat and stir quite nicely. As you can see, some of the movements here, very ergonomically designed. I mean, the movements here are exactly how the chef would have been stirring it. Maybe a little bit more simplified, but it's still the same amount of stir, and it achieves exactly the same result as a chef would cook the particular meal. You can probably hear also the downdraft extractor. The extractor comes on automatically. So the extraction is through a filtered system. So it goes through the filter and converts into fresh air underneath the base unit. So it's a fully filtered, extracted system that we use on here as well. Now we do lots of different models. So this model that we are presenting on is the XAir model. This has got the peninsula design with the units to the side. So we can integrate the robotic system in an existing kitchen, or we can integrate it into a new kitchen, for example. So this one here is the XAir. So if you've got a lot of space, you've got space to have a peninsula, even if you've got space to have an island, we can integrate this on an island. So that takes sort of like center stage in the kitchen, because this is quite a nice feature to have. Now also, if it's a compact space, just behind me on the right here, you can see a B-Air kitchen. So if you've got a narrow kitchen, you can have a compact version, which is basically exactly the same arm, but as opposed to having shelves on both sides, you've got shelves on the back wall, and it will do exactly the same. Reach the container, pour, stir, and pour in all the salt, pepper, oil, and also reach all the utensils. So we do a B-Air version, and also this system is available as a standalone system, so you can just buy just the standalone system here, as you see. We call the chef's table, so that can be fully flexible. I mean, that's also can be, you can take that away with you. So if you move, say 3, 4, 5 years, and you really want one of these, you can actually take the whole system away with you. The power supply is just a plug-in. So this is like a regular appliance. You just simply plug in. Everything goes through the control box, and the whole unit's controlled via the control box, but it's just a plug-in supply, 220 volts plug-in. So it's a very easy to set up and very easy to use as well. Now I mentioned all the kitchen designs. We have lots of kitchen designs. We do A lot of the integrated furniture here you see, we do the veneers, we do the high gloss lacquer, we do all the Blum fixtures and fittings, we do the servo systems where the doors open automatically and so on. So if you want more than just a robotic system and you want to integrate it into a new kitchen, we can help you design that as well here from central London. Our first showroom in the heart of London on Wigmore Street, which is parallel to Oxford Street. It's a great location. So any of you that are local, please do pop in. We're open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we're constantly doing dry demonstrations and we're constantly cooking new recipes. So there's lots of activities going on here in the showroom. So please come and visit us and have a look and see what we've got. Maybe even taste some of the food that we can cook here as well. So to be able to taste the food or recipe cooked primarily by a robotic arm, it's quite amazing. So yeah, I'm sure you'll enjoy watching and also tasting some of the food here in the showroom. So please do come and visit us. Also contact us on the website via the contact us page. So if you are very interested in this and you want to send in some of your details, you can send in your plans, your pictures or dimensions of the kitchen. We'll double check that it all fits perfectly and we can provide you with a quotation based on your measurements and your requirements.
Stir.
Question in from Mark Bischoff. The robot doesn't taste test. No, robot doesn't taste test. Remember, robots don't have feelings, they can't taste. So it's up to us. We taste the end result and we make sure. And if we need to make any adjustments, we can. If we need to make adjustments on the amount of stirring, for example, or the amount of heat required, or the time and the length of heat, we can make all those minor adjustments from here. Any adjustments to actual ingredients can be to your own liking. For example, we put salt in the sauce. If a lot of people don't want to have zero salt, you can just simply re-manipulate some of the recipes, put in what you want. Instead of onions, you may want to put celery. Instead of green chilies, you might want to put red chilies. So it's fully flexible. There's no hard and fast rule that the recipe has to be cooked exactly the same. You can actually adjust the recipes to your own tasting. Now on the recipes, we do we concentrate on a healthy diet and healthy types of recipes. We are now doing quite a few Shah recipes from Spain, which is the wellness cuisine. And it's basically highly nutritional meals with very, very low calorie. Nowadays, healthy lifestyle is very important. Post-COVID, you know, people are more health conscious. They're more wary about what's going in their food. They're more wary about how much of the food is touched and cooked and so on. And they want to keep it as hygienic as possible. This is a very hygienic system. It's a very clean system, and it's a very healthy system and a good way to cook healthy meals. Delivery Dragon, question is, what's the cost and is it 5-year warranty? No, this is the 1-year warranty on the arm, but the actual appliances and other utensils, you may get longer warranties on that. Any issues, free repair or replacement. Any issues we can basically identify from here. It's a cloud-based system, so we can zone into your unit and see what any issues that may be, we can see from here. We have a vision system as well, so the vision system can also see the product in real time. So if we need to check on anything, with your permission, we can link in, have a look at it visually, and if there's any issues that we think may not be right, we can explain and rectify almost on the spot. Message in from Chamara Jayalath. It must be the first time a robot cooks Sri Lankan food. Thanks, guys. Welcome, no problem. You know, the robotic arm, we're here to cook different cuisines from around the world. So we're not concentrating on a specific cuisine. We aim to have as many recipes as possible. So we aim to load about 2 to 3 different recipes per month. And this Sri Lankan prawn curry is one of our latest additions. And you know, it doesn't take long to put these recipes in our recipe cloud library. So hopefully in the next few months there'll be more and more recipes going on there. So we've got almost 60 different types of recipes at the moment, and it's ever increasing every single month. Interesting question on Facebook from Philip Hughes. We are 6 months away from a 25k general purpose humanoid for the home. How do you plan to compete? Well, I don't think it's more planning to compete, it's more planning to collaborate. So it's a very collaborative system that we have. Not only is it voice activated, it's also voice notified as well, so you can hear what's going on. You can actually activate some of the processes in terms of the recipes by voice as well. So you can voice command some of the actions for each recipe. Now, for example, this humanoid, I know what the one you're talking about, and it's a great collaboration, I would say. The humanoid will then connect with the Moley robotic arm, so people can, on the move, they can talk and prepare and literally engage with the robotics and the humanoid at the same time. So, for example, humanoid is around the home, you ask it to prepare a certain meal, humanoid will check in the fridge, etc., and you'll have lots of different ways that it will benefit. So I don't think it's more competition, I think it's more of a benefit. So please do keep your questions firing in. That's great to see so many people joining. I think this is probably the most we've ever had. Must be the Sri Lankan, Sri Lankan prawn curry. It must be very popular with everybody. But this is one of my new ones and I can't wait to taste this, so I can tell you guys exactly how this tastes. So at the moment now the sauce is just warming up, so it's cooking the sauce. That's why it's paused for a certain time. Everything, remember, is down to timing. So a chef would be waiting for this sauce to be heated before the prawns go in. The prawns will be the last part of the process in making this particular recipe. So like I said, it's not, the robotic arm is not made to cook things faster. It's not made to speed up anything. It's purely made to cook everything in its real time. And also to make sure you get a consistent taste and consistency in every single recipe, and also the health side of it as well. I mean, the health side of it is massive for us, and we really concentrate on making sure we provide healthy recipes. Also, by having fresh ingredients like this, if you imagine, you could be sitting there thinking you don't know what to eat, and all you do is go straight to a takeaway. Now, with takeaway food, I'm not knocking the industry, but we take away food, you don't know what's going inside your food. They put a lot of enhancers, they put a lot of preservatives. Half the stuff that's delivered to you is probably pre-frozen, so you don't know how healthy the food is. I mean, I'm sure, like myself, when you're eating a takeaway, you're eating for convenience, you're not eating for the health aspect. Now here, you can all more or less do the same. You can just order your ingredients online, the fresh ingredients are delivered to you. All you're simply doing is opening out of the packets, maybe a bit of preparation, and into the containers. That doesn't take long at all. So you're creating, you're basically almost like having a takeaway, but with the fresh ingredients. So that's a very, very good way to make sure you keep a healthier lifestyle. You don't have to rely on your takeaways anymore. Okay, I got a question in from, funnily enough, it's the first question in from Instagram. So many of you, but please do send questions in. Okay, Caroline Solanki, is the temperature of the hob programmed, linked to recipe and fully automated? So the temperature on the hob is actually done manually by the robotic arm, exactly as you would do yourself. So it would adjust the temperature according to the recipe and according to what's required. It will turn off the temperature, turn on the temperature. It will do everything exactly as you would cook at home. Nothing's preset. There's nothing complicated in terms of making settings on the hob. The arm is there to be your chef. The arm is the chef. The arm will control everything exactly the same way a chef or any good cook would be doing on their hob. Question in on Insta, Rajan Russell, how much do these things cost? As I mentioned before, this whole system, a standalone system, is about 80K, but obviously in time, it's a new product. Remember, we only opened in January this year, so it's a new product to market. It's the first of its type, first in the world in terms of a robotic arm, fully collaborative, that cooks a meal from start to finish. So in time, like any new product, give it time. A few years down the line, it will go down in price as production starts to increase. So we have several pre-orders at the moment in the system. So as the pre-orders increase, more orders go out, the price of the unit will hopefully go down. So maybe 4, 5, 6 years time, you could quite easily see this product being in the region of about 20, 25K easily. So give it time, like any new product. Messaging from Sitavaja, yes, could I purchase this product on finance? Yes, we are talking to some finance companies at the moment, and yes, we can spread the cost of a robotic system. We just, like you would do in a, if you're going into a car showroom to buy a car, you can pay a small deposit and rest on finance. But certainly we're looking at finance options as well, especially when you integrate with a new kitchen, because not only is it the £80,000 for the actual robotic system, but by the time you've added on your furniture and all your integrated appliances, you're probably looking at quite easily 110, 15, 20, 150,000 almost for a complete new kitchen, including the worktop and the splashback and so on. So yes, we will provide a finance package, and that's something that's in the process at the moment, and we will be advising people on that very, very soon. But in the interim, finance, we can offer different options on finance, because the lead time on a product like this is about 3 to 6 months. So if you want to spread the cost over a 6-month period, so start off with a small deposit, monthly pay up to about 6 months, and you can spread it over 6 payments, for example. So, or as long as you like. If you say to us, well, give me an 8-month period or 10-month period, we can spread the cost over 10 months. But we will look at finance packages, definitely. There we go, the prawns have just gone in. This is the final part of the recipe. And so far, the smell is absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to try this one now. I have tried this a few times, but I want to try it with the extra chilies this time. I think that you need this little kick in the curry.
Take spatula.
Message in on YouTube, ST Money. I would love to see it in action. Here it goes. It's in action. But yes, but if you'd like to come and visit us, no problem. Central London. If you are in London or if you're local, do come in. We're open 5 days a week. So please come in and have a look. Pierre, can I add my own recipes? Yes, you can add your own recipes. So if you have a recipe, if you have a family favourite handed down from mums, dads, grandmothers, grandfathers, friends, family, and so on, send the recipe in. Our in-house chef, James Taylor, will look at the recipe, redesign it slightly if it needs to in terms of the kind of movements and the reachability of the arm and so on. And we'll make sure we can put that recipe on the cloud as well. So, of course you can. We can add your own recipe as well. Pierre, that's a funny question. Does it do the washing up? I wish it did do the washing up. It'll be perfect. No, it doesn't do the washing up. But remember, all these utensils, everything you see here is all dishwashable, like any other conventional kitchen. All dishwashable. The arm itself just is a wipe down. The hob, like you would do normally in a kitchen, just give it a wipe down. I mean, because it's so accurate in its cooking process, there's a lot less mess than you usually have. So it's a very clean way of cooking. Another question from Atara Patawa. can this give rise to 24/7 automated food trucks? Yes, it can. So we do a commercial version as well. So this can be available 24/7. Not only is it available 24/7 in the home, it can be available 24/7 in a hotel. It can be 24/7 in a food truck, as you say. So yes, of course it can. It's not going to complain about when it goes on and when it cooks. It's going to cook 24/7, and you just activate and use it as and when.
Stir 3.
And having something like this on a food truck, I mean, how appealing that would be to the public, seeing a robotic arm cook their meals in front of them. So yeah, 24/7, no problems at all. Okay, I think we're almost nearly to the end of the recipe. We're 95% cooked, and it's doing its final stirring, and it should be ready to taste in literally a few minutes from now. And it looks great. It looks absolutely great. Patois, does it use computer vision to detect the current state? Yeah, I mean, we do have a vision system installed, and it can be, sort of like looked at in real time, so you can keep an eye on the whole system from start to finish. But the cameras are situated on the right and the left, so on both sides, and it gives a real view of the whole area. If yes, then what models are you using? Is the computation done locally or in the cloud? It's done in the cloud, and we are having the vision system on all our models. So not only on the chef's table, you have cameras built in the shelving, but on the BER model, we have the camera built in overhead on the top cover panel. So there's a small camera installed at the top, so that's able to see the whole unit complete.
Turn hob off.
Right, this is now, you probably heard in the background that the recipe is now finished. So, it's turned the hob off.
Recipe cooking finished.
There we go. You even get the final announcement that it's done, so you can run in from whatever you're doing. A lot of people now working from home, now they can start packing up for the end of the day. You could be, during the weekend, you could be having a social evening with your friends, knowing that this is being cooked in the background. And just to let you know, the average sort of like amount of people a dish, or most of our recipes can feed is about, say, 3 to 4 people. Yeah, it's the voice notification is really good. So I think let's go straight into the taste test. So I'm going to taste this for you and give you my verdict. Let's grab a nice spoon here. Oh yeah, I can see the chilies in there. See, I can see the extra chilies. It's fantastic. So here we go. So here's the whole dish here. It's fully cooked, all the sauce. It's been nicely mixed. You can see everything in there. You've got the sauce, you've got the chilies, you've got everything. The prawns are nicely cooked. Let me just give it a quick taste test. It's going to be hot, so I'm just going to have a small piece. Wow. I can really taste the tamarind as well. It's a very nice, got a nice sort of like a citrusy flavour as well. But no, the chilies in there. James, if you're watching, absolutely perfect. Thank you. No, it tastes really good. So there you go. So please do keep your questions coming in. Now, after our post today, if you want to just fire in a question via our website, go to our contact us page, send in your question, and we'll be happy to answer any queries or questions you have. But just like to say thank you all for joining, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, and hopefully see you, maybe not next week, but maybe in 2 weeks' time, we'll have another recipe being cooked live, and maybe one of our new recipes or one of our already preloaded recipes in our recipe library. We'll cook something for you so you can see. And do come and visit us if you're nearby, or if you're visiting London. Please come into our showroom. We'll be happy to do some demos, happy to cook something for you to see how it all works, and take on some pre-orders. So we are taking on pre-orders. It's ready for the market, and we'll be happy to see you. So thank you all for joining, and I hope you enjoyed the cooking show today, and see you in a couple of weeks. Goodbye.